Greetings all! Today we will be examining the rare fighting-type Pokemon Falinks, the Formation Pokémon. Though they might be relatively small and not look all that intimidating, Falinks are potent combatants that can more than give others a hassle if not immediately dealt with.
Falinks consist of 6 individual creatures working together as one, with each wearing a golden helmet of sorts that covers almost their entire body, their short, flat, cylindrical feet being the exception, with gold and white ringed shields with a red barbed center held on each side of the individual units. The tops of their organic helmets are adorned with a red crest that comes to a point on the top, the leader having an additional golden crest at the front of its head, and they all possess white eyes with blue sclera that look out upon each other and anything that gets in their way. Falinks share with Pokemon like Execute an abnormal form in that they are not a single creature, but instead a legion of sorts, with Falinks in particular actually consisting of 6 individual creatures that work and operate as a whole that are considered to be a single Pokemon because they never break away from each other under normal circumstances, instead traveling and operating primarily as a group at all times. This means that these creatures will eat, sleep, and travel together as a single unit no matter what, which can be attributed to the fact that they're usually born in groups of 6, being forced into the social and biological situation from the moment they are born. These little critters are also known for being real survivalists, able to make the most of their power by focusing their concentration on the sole goal of defeating the opposition in any way that they can, whether that be via a battle of pure offense or one of attrition, with moves like Endure, First Impression, and Close Combat serving as highlights of their natural move repertoire. They can even go further than this by stealing themselves and rallying together in a single wide formation line to power themselves up. This signature move, known as the No Retreat technique, is a powerful move that raises all of the user's stats at the cost of not being able to be switched out anymore, literally putting their backs to the wall in an effort to wipe the opposition off the map.
This can make these otherwise adorable looking creatures a severe problem, and definitely not something to brush aside as a non-threat from their cute looks alone.
The individual members of a Falinks consist of 5 infantry troops and 1 brass that is larger than the rest and acts as the leader, with a pair of shields on the limbs used to guard against attack, as they tend to walk in a single file line at all times, marching about as the brass leads them wherever it feels like leading the group. The brass has absolute control over the others, and its orders are never disobeyed, with the group as a whole using remarkable teamwork to overcome challenges that they may be faced with.
This works out well for them, as the creatures are able to use an unknown and unique dialect with each other that ensures that they can freely communicate with each other without giving away their strategies to opponents in the heat of battle.
Falinks will take advantage of this and their incredible sense of teamwork to change the form of their formation in the middle of battle to deliver certain moves, always switching up their game to take advantage of any weak points they can find on their opponent. This can make these creatures extremely difficult to break apart and confuse, and thus renders them a formidable force to have to contend with. The only disadvantage that they really have is the fact that they tend to be very weak individually and cannot always cooperate effectively without the brass present to keep them in line. But as long as their formation is not disrupted in any significant way, there is little that can be done to defeat these beasts without forcing one's Pokemon to try and attack all of its members at the same time and deal with the numbers game at its worst.
This ties into their possible abilities, as well these creatures usually only have access to battle armor as a base ability as a reflection of their armored forms. Those that tend to be a bit discordant among each other without their leader can also have Defiant as a hidden ability.
As far as the stats are concerned, it can be seen that while these creatures might look to have use to them in battle with their interesting mix of attacks and techniques, their stats are not all that great and they underperform in almost all areas. The only place where Falinks do shine a bit is in their physical defenses, as they have an above average base defense stat for a fully evolved fighting type Pokemon, and can thus at least take somewhat of a beating in close quarters, giving them the chance to take advantage of the numbers game to confuse and outflank their opponents.
Falinks are certainly adorable and perfect for picking up and cuddling, but you might be better off cuddling something else when they get ready to engage others in battle. Intimidation is certainly not their strong suit, but these little soldiers really don't seem to care about that all that much, as they will eagerly throw themselves at opponents just to see what does and does not work, learning from their mistakes all the while. As a result, They can actually make short work of beasts their size with their advanced military tactics, and in turn render themselves a threat to those that can't get past their formation. The fact that they readily switch things up when needed only adds to their capacity to use their greater numbers to befuddle and work their opponents into a frenzy where they're more likely to make mistakes, and in turn leave themselves open to attack. As such, I'd be careful around them, as their cute appearances hide a serious danger in confronting them directly.
Though their stats alone might not lend them much credence as a genuine threat to many in a fight, Falinks are potent little monsters that can easily use teamwork to outmaneuver others to get the best chance they can at surviving and defeating their targets. You might be able to at least distract them a bit by disrupting their formation, but as long as the leader is present, completely disrupting them is likely to be nigh impossible.
Just do yourself a favor and make sure that you stay out of their path if you're not looking for a fight. These critters rarely back down from a challenge, and in turn likely won't let you get away so easily once they've got their sights set on you, surrounding you for a team beatdown sure to leave you more than a bit battered and bruised.
Thank you all for watching this video. It is always a pleasure to help teach others about the world of Pokemon and the many facets of it that exist in both the world we call home and the world they call home. If you'd like, please leave a comment and subscribe and ring the bell to this channel to get regular updates on content and anything else that might be going on. You can find me and my written work on DeviantArt under the name Titus, and be informed of information and content uploads on my Twitter page and my Patreon page. Donations are always welcome. Always remember, the world of Pokemon is a vast and varied place, and there's no telling what secrets might be hiding just around the corner. So keep watch, stay vigilant, and always prepare for the unexpected. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.